All right. This is a demo of CarryMap, which is a mapping tool recommended by the good people over at Restore as a way for users to record GeoJSON polygons and send it to them. So this is the app that they recommend to people to use to help them get onboarded with the Restore service. And as dedicated as I am checking it out by going on a walk. My goal is to draw the outlines of the field that you see here. And I'm walking over there now. A couple of things to point out. There is an option to mess around with base maps. So if I wanted to, I could pull from, how does this work? Let's see. Change base map. Yeah, there's a list of base maps that they have. Some of them are from OpenStreetMap, and then there's a couple of sat maps. I'm using the satellite map for now, but you can layer base maps on top of each other, which is interesting. On the top left-hand corner, you have an option to trace by walking and draw with a polygon tool with your finger. And I can demo what that looks like in a second. But I'm going to pause right now until I get to the edge of this field that you can see I'm approaching. And I'm going to start tracing the outline of the map and see what that experience is like. Okay. Okay, here I am at the edge of this field, and I am going to start circumnavigating it. But first I'm going to hit the button on the top left. Aha, and I can choose between, looks like drawing a line and just walking a trail, or drawing a polygon. I really like that interface. All right, it tells me that my track is recording as I walk up this hill. Let's see what kind of line I generate as I move. Oh, interesting. It made a little polygon shape there. And it's just adding a little marker as I go. Cool. Let's zoom out, and I'll pause again in a minute and be back in a minute. All right, partway through, you can see that it's keeping a pretty granular view of my path. You know, it's putting down markers every couple of strides here. So it seems like the resolution for this sort of mapping tool is high. So you can see I am still going around this field. So let's let me check in another minute or two. So I put my phone off and then put it away into my pocket and continued walking around. And you can see exactly where I did that. There's that big, wide open space where the dots are not very close together. And I think, again, this is something that I've encountered in other apps where the permissions I have in my phone turn off the app's access to the GPS while it is not in use. And so I'm not quite sure how to fix that. Maybe I can go into the settings and give it access all the time. But the result is that it kind of went to sleep while it was in my pocket and then caught up and just assumed I walked in a straight line. And in this case I did, but I can imagine, you know, I'm going over this little bump in the plot now. And if I had turned on my phone after having gone around this loop, it probably would have just drawn a straight line straight over it. So I imagine that's a problem that other people will need to deal with as well, or, you know, just keep their phone open if that's a viable option. All right, I'm gonna cut across the field, I think, and close out this map because I have another experiment that I want to try in terms of editing polygons once they've been made. So be right back. Okay, I am back on the main road and walking up the hill again and taking a look at my map. And I think the way that I stop recording my position is by tapping on the little dude on the top left. Yeah, okay. So now I have the option to name this feature. I see. Okay, so I can name the feature here. Field, whoa, F up near your house. Field near house. And very interestingly, it gives me a little QR code scanner. I wonder what that's for. Create. Let me edit this further. So, I can review the geometry. What does that mean? Nope, cancel. I want to edit this. Yeah, okay, can I say I realize that my field actually goes a lot further. And if I were in more shape and had more time, I might want to go all the way around this field and say, actually, that is the boundary of my property, not this other thing. It looks like, it might be a little hard to see this, but it looks like I can drag, oh, but this is awful, individual polygons or individual points over. Oh, maybe it's not so bad. And there, now I have a new polygon. That's actually not so bad at all. If I were in, if I had a little bit more time and weren't just making a video out of this, it you know, I could have really gotten it down fairly easily. All right, is there any other data that it gives me about this? Ah, okay, it also provides basic perimeter. It apparently, I'm assuming that comma is because this is some European standard, and it's in fact 2.3 miles as opposed to 2,335 miles. But we shall see. And then finally, the last thing I want to show is the sharing function. Oh, I can take a photo. Okay, so now I can associate the photo. Here, I'll take a sideways photo, though that won't look great in the video. Great, so now there's a photo associated with it. And I can share this as either a shapefile, a geo package, or a KMZ. Interesting. I'm most familiar with a shapefile. Yeah, so it exports as a zip, which you can then presumably package and send off to restore. I have to say, I really like this interface. There's a little bit that's kind of confusing. Like if I wanted to create, the process of creating more layers is a little bit tricky. Let me see if I can show that. No? Oh man, there's actually a lot more here that I haven't dug into yet. Oh, but you can do labeling. Oh man, can you, okay. Field here, done. And then, well, that didn't appear to do anything. Can I just circle stuff? Go here. Yeah, all right. So this app actually seems to have all the different ways of getting points on a map, right? You can trace a line with your GPS. You can draw a polygon with your GPS. You can draw a polygon with your finger and put dots on the map. And as you can see, let's see if it'll let me do a drawing of a polygon, it's very user-friendly. If I like tap off to the side here, it extends the polygon, and the individual points are quite easy to move around. I can click on the middle of a path and it'll go. And I don't know why I really like that animation of the lines stretching. I think that's cool. But that whole process is very easy. So, you know, I'd really recommend this as a reference point for us. I wonder if we can use it. In fact, I think the website says that we could white label it and incorporate it into our own app. So they are clearly looking for the interface to be used by others. Okay, well, that's the video. Thanks for watching and letting me take a walk at the same time.